Hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about demisexuality and we'll be starting with a disclaimer. Like in my last video of pansexuality, all the things I say in this video is a small definition or a small aspect of what of the things that I talk about, and it is mostly my lived experiences, and different people who fall into this category or use the definitions or labels that I use might have different experiences, maybe along with the experiences that I have had, or different, completely different from that. So, yeah, coming to demisexuality. Demisexuality means that to have sexual attraction to someone, you need to be really emotionally close with that person. And this might sound similar to how most people have relationships. And yes, a lot of people are demisexual. I agree, or it might seem like demisexuality, but then to decide whether you are demisexual or not is your decision. Nobody else can decide that for you, and I'm just here to explain that, explain the term demisexuality and my experiences related to it. I'm saying this because last time some of the viewers had said that being pansexual or being demisexual and being with someone or having sexual or emotional or romantic attraction for someone, irrespective of their gender or irrespective of how they look, is the way most people have. It's not have relationships. It's not just you. I had some viewers say that, and yes, it might be. I'm just talking about my experiences, and I'm just here to share the knowledge that I have on these matters. So I hope you take it in that sense. So demisexuality is something that falls in the asexual spectrum. So a demisexual person might not feel sexual attraction to someone who walks in the street, or someone you just meet somewhere. I mean, there are times when some people think that this person looks good, or my potential partner, it would be nice if my potential partner had this kind of body, things like that. And I'm not saying that everybody has these kind of thoughts, but I have heard from some of the people around me that they have these kind of thoughts sometimes. And demisexual people might not necessarily have these kind of thoughts, but then that is again a generalization. I, as a demisexual person, usually doesn't have these kind of feelings, or like simply curiosity about someone is usually something bit far from me, because you end up getting a lot of DMs through different social medias when you are a YouTuber or active on the activism front, and you have public social media accounts. In that case, you end up getting a lot of DMs inevitably. And some you end up having long-term conversations with, and some others you end up ignoring or blocking, or how it is. And with people I have ended up having long conversations, after they ask a lot of questions and I answer those questions, there's always, not always, but most of the time, I end up getting a question from their side that I asked so many questions why are you not curious about me? And I don't know if that is linked to my demisexuality or not. I just don't feel curious about me, curious about another person, unless and until I have a certain purpose to know about them, or I'm involved with them in some deep manner. So this is how the usual happenings which I associate with demisexuality in my life goes. Now I'll go into the story of how I realized that I am demisexual. So I told you about the research that I was doing when I had feelings for one of my classmates at college, and during that research, I came across the term demisexuality too, while coming across pansexuality, and I did feel an affinity to that term when I first saw it, but then I was not emotionally at a point where I could invest myself into investigating more on that, because I was going round and round and round in my head to understand what my feelings for that person was. And if you want to know more about this, you can see my video on pansexuality, which I'll put the link. And you can know more if you subscribe, and because I'll be talking more about this in my future videos. So coming back to the matter at hand, I was going through all those emotional turmoil and acknowledging my feelings for that person came first. And then after that process, I went back to my research, and that was the time when I was researching more and more on demisexuality, and a lot of my experiences, my feelings for my first love, my feelings for this person, almost all of it developed after some months or years after not even thinking about them sexually, not even being concerned about them in that way. And that time range, which has increased now, but then that time range and the kind of feelings that I had for them kind of made me understand that I might be demisexual, because even then their body or how they looked, how they presented themselves didn't matter to me. All that mattered to me is the emotional attachment that I had with them, the mental connection that I had with them, and like my satisfaction out of being with them was proportional to the emotional attachment, the emotional mental attraction that I had to them at that point of time of being together with them. And that was a huge evidence for me to identify myself as a demisexual person. And at this point, I would also like to address another comment which I got from one of the viewers of my videos. Talking about these things might sound too open for some people, but then at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We are born with reproductive organs, and that is a way of survival for us Homo sapiens. And to assist the reproductive process, we are born with organs, hormones, feelings, and whatsoever for the whole purpose of leaving a next generation or leaving our genes in this world so that we don't go extinct. So it is a very natural and given thing for us from the moment that from the moment that we are born. So I think it is important to talk about these things, and it is rather unnatural or wrong to not talk about these things, because it is a part of who we are. It is a very given thing, be it that we identify as sexual or asexual, however it is a universal truth. So if you have any more doubts on this matter of demisexuality, feel free to leave comments, and any other ideas or topics that you would like for me to address in this channel, please do leave that too in the comments, and I'll be looking through all of those, and as much as I'm able, I'll be replying to most of those as far as I can do it and manage my time. So thank you for listening. We'll see each other in the next video with a new topic.